How about the traditional beef ragu with homemade pasta that they do there?
Welcome back to another episode of Overrated or Underrated with Creative Fabien. I think today we're going to do more wine geeky stuff, so I'm excited. Let's get into it.
So how do you feel about traveling to Italy this time? We're gonna talk about Chianti.
I think everything underrated. It's all great. Okay, episode done. Yes! Let's go.
So let's go straight into it. Overrated or underrated? Felsina, the producer.
Felsina, completely underrated. I don't know if everybody already knows Felsina. The wines age beautifully. I love them. They're kind of, they're the standard bearer. They're available all around the world. They're not my favorite Chianti Classicos in the world, but I like the visibility, what they're doing for the region, and I think the wines can be exceptional. I think the Rancia is maybe my favorite, especially when it has some age, completely underrated. Sangiovese, I love it.
So now we go to the classic usual suspect. How about Sangiovese?
Sangiovese, completely underrated. This is not a surprise for anybody that watches the show. I love the grape, love it. Is it maybe my favorite red grape, that or Nebbiolo or Grenache? I think Sangiovese usually, if you've gone to my head and somebody said you can only drink one grape for the rest of your life, it might be Sangiovese. I love the acidity. I love the earthiness, the food friendliness. I like when it's made fresh. I like when it's aged. I like when it's done in the barrel, like it's more complex, medium complex. I like it at all price points. My Sangiovese, I'll put the ring on the finger of Sangiovese. I love you. Underrated.
Now let's go back to a producer. Villantinori.
Villantinori. Oh, that you're talking about that cheap wine, right? The one. Are you talking?
The Chianti.
Are you talking about
Chianti.
Villantinori as a whole, or the one wine that's called Villantinori?
Just the brand, yeah.
Antinori. I thought you were going to ask about some specifics. I'm going to say everyone, they're a bigger company, and some people like to poo-poo on them. They just, just recently bought Yerman and Friuli Venezia Giulia. I'm still going to say underrated. I know this is almost like a boring show already. I like I don't like all the wines. Maybe you're going to get me with one of the wines they produce, but I really like what they're doing. I like the diverse set of properties that they have, and there's definitely a house style. I'm going to say underrated. Yeah, underrated.
And now we're gonna go back to grape varieties. How about Cabernet Sauvignon in Chianti?
I love it. I did a video about Cabernet Sauvignon and Sangiovese. I think the marriage of the two grapes are awesome. I think Cabernet Sauvignon in Tuscany is distinctively different, completely underrated. I know some of my Italian friends, or either my wine writing friends, when that write about Italian wines, when I say I like Cabernet Sauvignon and Tuscany, they're like, "Oh, dude, come on!" I'm sorry, I like it. I think it really goes well with Sangiovese. I'm gonna say completely underrated. And Super Tuscans at the moment are not as hot as they were 10, 15, 20 years ago, so you can get them at great prices, completely underrated.
You think they do better Cab Sauv than in Bordeaux?
No, different. For me, honestly, Cabernet Sauvignon, I think Bordeaux, Napa, and I think of Tuscany. Even though I said in the last episode, Napa Cab a little bit overrated because of prices, although there's some exceptional, I've had some magical Napa Cabernets. Go ahead.
So now we go to some stuff that I guess you love. How about the traditional beef ragu with homemade pasta that they do there?
That you've seen. I'll never forget when we were on a press trip together and you said, "Oh, the dinner's gonna be crazy because it's all the bad stuff that you like the pastas." I would say underrated. I cannot get enough pasta in Italy, especially pasta tomato sauce. I know it's great with creams, other types of sauce, olive oils. I absolutely love it. I'm crazy about it. I'm gonna say completely underrated. Yum. I want some right now.
Now we dive back into the producers list. How about Castillo de Amma?
Castillo de Amma. You know what? I'm gonna have to throw my cards here. That's one of the legendary producers I don't have tons of experience with. I've only tasted maybe once in my life. Okay, I'll say this one properly rated because I don't have a super professional opinion.
So you need to travel back there, I guess.
Yeah, you can't taste everything in the world of wine.
And what do you think about Merlot grape in the Chianti area?
Merlot, I do like some Chianti Classico. I'm gonna say overrated. Some of the Tuscan Merlots I've had have been nice, nothing like blowing me away. I do like sometimes when it softens some Sangiovese and some Chianti Classicos, but I think I much prefer Cabernet Sauvignon or the local grapes, Mamolo, Cagniolo, Colorino, blended into Chianti Classico. So let's say Merlot and Tuscany overrated. No, controversy, I said Cabernet was underrated. Let's say Merlot overrated, though.
So now we have 3 more to go. Next one is the producer again, Castillo de Monsanto.
Oh, Castillo de Monsanto, completely underrated. I still have a case of old Monsanto Reserva in my cellar. You get those. That's one of the standard bearers of Chianti Classico. You can get the Reserva. I bought that case back in the U.S. for $17 a bottle. Wine's outstanding, completely underrated. To me, it's quintessential Chianti Classico. Really beautiful stuff.
Now we go back to some food, and after we have another producer. So for the food, how about local salami?
Local salami. You know what? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna say overrated. I know. The spice for me. Italy, France, Spain, so good with cured meats, especially cured pork. I'm not a huge pork guy, and I like it, but when things start to get a little too porky, like salami, it starts to bother me. Even, no matter how I can sense how high the quality is, I'm going to say in this case overrated.
Nice. And now the last one is the producer, Fontodi.
Fontodi, Jeez, I don't know if he's rated so high. I don't even know if you could say underrated because he's one of the classics. Oh, man. Some of the two most famous. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say underrated. The wines are great already, but I love them. The two standard berries, Fleccianello, which is the 100% Sangiovese, excellent wine. But I think the Vigna del Sorbo, the Gran Selezione Chianti Classico, which I think is about half the price, is actually, I prefer that to the Fleccianello. I'm gonna say completely underrated. Great producer. Even the standard Chianti Classico, I will drink every single day of the week. Underrated.
Nice. Thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed this one again, even if it was a bit more geeky.
This was a softball episode because I love Chianti Classico and Sangiovese so much. So, guys, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I'll put Fabien's channel in the link below. If you like videos like this, why don't you check out right here on something that I think you'll like. And I'll see you soon. Cheers.